Hi, this is John Marling, Pulse Research. Thanks for taking the time to look at the example presentation on how to make a very effective, engaging presentation with a family-style restaurant. Once again, the most important thing is engaging with the business with information about and for them. In other words, helping them find solutions in the information they weren't even aware of. So I would suggest first sending up the teaser. That gets their attention and it'll get the appointment for you. So there, when you're in person, and I'm going to do the mobile presentation today, which is very effective because you engage and get real-time input from the business. Before you go into the presentation on your tablet or your smartphone, make sure they understand that this is information for their business. Say to them something to the effect, well, we ask the same questions you would ask if you did your own restaurant survey. What do you mean by that? Would you ask, you plan to dine at a family restaurant? Would you ask, what's important on a menu? Why do you choose a restaurant? And what specific menu types of restaurants you go? Yeah, I'd like to know that. Great. Well, let's go over the presentation. And the benefit to you is to help you identify where you can get additional customers, okay? So on your tablet, click and engage them. Look at that, 55% of our audience plan to shop at a family restaurant. That means that with our 37,500 circulation, that's over 20,800 households we reach who are going to go to a family restaurant. At an average over a year's time of 1,250, that's over $26 million. And look at that, if they just got a 1% share, that's over $250,000. And look at this, you can get their input in real time. Just click on the pen here, and you can ask them, what share do you think you could get? Well, I think I could get a 5% share of that. So you type in, let them type in 5%. Look at that, it's over 1.3 million. But then they say, well, wait a minute. We don't draw from the whole city. Our restaurant draws from an area, near to us. So, well, what zip codes do you draw from? Well, we draw from this side of the river. Well, this side of the river, we've got about 10,000 households that we deliver to, okay? Well, look at that. Just 5% of the share then within the neighborhoods near to you is over $340,000. Now you've got their attention because with the editing in the mobile presentation, it now relates to their immediate geographic opportunity. Then I would say to them, let's take a look at the restaurant information. We ask the same questions you would ask, like why do you choose a restaurant, what's important on the menu, etc. Let's see if we can find some solutions for you. Great, he says. Well, look at this. Mexican restaurants. By the way, Happy Family Restaurant is a Mexican restaurant. 69% of our audience plan to go to a Mexican restaurant. That's almost 7,000 households, okay? Now, and again, this is based on the 10,000, households near you. So, what are the other areas that are most important to them? Well, having locally sourced meats and seafood. 31% say that's important to them when choosing a restaurant. That's over 3,050, right in the areas right around you. Look at patio and outdoor dining, almost 22%. That's over 21 households right within your neighborhoods who are select a restaurant because of patio or outdoor dining. And you got a really nice patio and outdoor area here. That might be good. Yeah, that'd be a great idea to promote that. And look at that, we've also got a large craft beer selection. That's over 1,100. He says, well, just a minute. I've been thinking about adding some Chinese food. Have anything on Chinese food? Well, let's take a look. So you click on your editing pen, type in add products or services, and let's type in Chinese. And look at that, Chinese restaurant, 52.3%. Okay, so let's add that. So that means within the area that you serve, the 10,000 households, there's over 5,200. So what do you think is the most important opportunity where you can get more business? I think it's the patio and outdoor dining. Great. You've just found a solution for that business. Okay, now we'll go to the next part. I would suggest a consistent campaign. Okay? That will get you the awareness through repetition so people will remember that you've got a patio and outdoor area. That sounds like a great idea. And by the way, let's take a look at a spec layout. And by the way, you can click here on Metro Graphics, and in real time, if you got Metro Graphics, you can create a spec layout. Because wait a minute, I use Twitter. What about Twitter? I don't know if I need a campaign with you. Look at you click on the three there, and you can show them information. He said, Twitter, look at this. Once again, you can get their input and edit in real time. You click on the editing pen, add media. Let's type in Twitter. Okay, Twitter, 86% of our audience did news. Any other areas you're interested in? Yeah, Pinterest. So you click on add media, and let's type in Pinterest. Okay, 64.6%. So, in terms of other media served, look at this. 89% of our audience didn't go to any business Facebook page to get information. 75% of our audience the last 30 days has not done a Google search for restaurants. 78% did not open a business email. And as we discovered just a minute ago, 65% have not used Pinterest. It's highly fragmented. We can deliver an audience that you're missing with your social media. Well, that makes sense. I think, yeah, that really has opened my eyes. Thank you. Now look at this. That consistent campaign that I showed you over 52 weeks, all you need is just 16 customers. Just 16 customers to pay for the campaign. Well, how'd you get that? Well, take a look at the numbers here. The campaign is $9,750. Now, it's based upon a gross profit of $625 per additional customer. But let's make this germane to your business. What would, if you got a new customer, how much they spend over a year's time? All right, think about $1,500, okay? And what gross profit do you make at your restaurant, okay? This is before operating expenses. Well, we make about 65%, okay? So that means that you could have a campaign of $15,600 for just 16 customers. What do you think is the minimum number of customers you get over 15 weeks? Well, I think it'd be 12, one a month, okay? So one a month at $975, your average gross profit, that's a campaign of $11,700. How does that sound to you? Just 12 customers, one a month, putting together a campaign for $12,000. Great. I like it. It's comfortable. It's no risk. And I'm going to be targeting to those households right around me who a outdoor patio area is most important to them. So that's an overview of making a presentation to a family restaurant. The most important thing is once make sure they understand its information about and for their business and the restaurant menu trends and why they choose a restaurant, the amenities is extremely effective in finding solutions for them and getting their motivation and commitment for a consistent campaign. And then working with them to show them how many few customers they need to pay for the campaign is very, very effective. If you have any questions or suggestions, it's Marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @paper.net. Thanks.